All right, welcome back into Hatter TV. Today is a special day. I'm going to introduce you to my buddy Bubu, or as I like to call him, Chef Bubu. We're going to talk about his dreams, his future, and also another channel that I'm a part of with him and the professor who is out in California. Hopefully making us some
Yes.
videos. If he ain't making
Probably
us some
not.
videos,
You'd
I'm
be
gonna
lazy.
make sure to get this. I'm gonna post this interview tonight. That way we can get it to the professor and go ahead and call him out. So you better be out in Cali making us some videos for Food with the Fellas. So Food with the Fellas is another YouTube channel. We thought it up about 6 months ago. About six
Yeah,
months
about
ago.
6 months. Yeah.
Maybe a little longer. Because it was the first episode came out in September.
Yeah. Yeah. So
His dream is a food truck. We'll get into that in just a bit, but we're gonna talk about the other channel. If y'all would like, I'm gonna tag it at the end so y'all can go check it out. We've done quite a few food reviews. You've done a little bit of cooking out
we
at the
did some
smoker.
cooking on the smoker. Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember exactly, it was me, you, and the professor when we started talking about how much. I mean, y'all both love to cook.
Yes.
I'm just a fat guy that loves to eat. Let's be honest.
Hey,
all I bring to the table is
your wife's.
Well, my wife's a great baker. But,
Yes.
But I mean, all I bring to the table is I like to eat on the channel.
Well, yeah. Everybody we hang out with likes to eat.
Yeah. So we came up with the idea that we're gonna start going around and reviewing food places.
Exactly what we're doing.
Today we went to a place over in Swanee County, Florida, Live Oak, Florida, called the Brown Lantern. That video will come out a week from this Thursday.
And, really good.
Oh man, it's one of my favorite places here in North Central Florida.
Oh man, it's good.
But when we came up with it, I believe the credit to the name "Food with the Fellas" was actually by Harry.
Yeah, Harry put that name out there.
Said "Food with the Fellas." We were coming up with a bunch of
random,
names.
Crazy.
But "Food with the Fellas" kind of stuck. So shout out to Harry. We love you, brother.
Yes.
So we started the channel. We have probably 20 or 30 food reviews, a bunch of shorts.
We got a bunch of stuff on there.
So definitely go check it out. I'm a part of the channel, but long term,
he ain't cooking nothing.
The professor and a dude right here are the ones that are going to have the bigger food dreams, and that's sort of what I want to talk about today.
Yes,
because you've made some of the best barbecue I've ever had.
That's what I heard.
Not trying to toot your horn, but yes,
you ain't the only one that says it. But
and just the other day when we went somewhere, I got some potato salad at a barbecue place we did a review for. Yes. That'll come out this Thursday on the Food with the Fellas channel, and when I tasted it, I was like, it's just potato salad. It's not mustard based. That's all I could tell you about it. And you started naming the ingredients that you thought was in it. And I was like, he's like, you don't taste that? I said, no.
It's the taste of the tongue, man.
No, it tastes like a potato. What it tastes like to me. So I'm definitely not sophisticated when it comes to all that.
A lot of people that cook, man, they can tell you a lot of stuff. If something's strong in there, like cilantro, when you like eating, salsa, the professor will be able to tell you that. Yeah. He's big on the Mexican side.
He loves everything that ain't American.
Yes, I noticed that too.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. Like anything Asian, he can really tell you what's in it.
Yeah, Asian.
If it has a lot of ginger,
Mexican, Latino food.
Yeah, he can tell you. For me, it's barbecue. I love barbecue. I ain't gonna lie, I love all food. Yeah, so I'll eat everything, under the sun. Even if I don't like it, I'll try it. So it doesn't matter. I'll at least try it twice to tell you if I like it or I don't like it. So I've always loved food growing up. I did culinary arts classes when I was in school. Dream of being on a cruise boat. Actually, I never brought that up before, but really? Yeah, I wanted to go to Johnson and Wales down in Miami college for culinary arts. I had the dream of doing that when I was in high school. Never thought I would go that way, but I did. I worked for a little restaurant in Keystone Heights called Sabo's. Sabo's. Italian. It was a pizza Italian restaurant. The old man was there, and there's Robert Sabo, which is the son, took over his dad. His dad's opened the business. Everything was pretty much homemade in there.
How old were you then?
I was young. I was 16, 15. I was started off as a dishwasher, worked my way up to the cook line and the pizza.
When did you start cooking though?
When did I first start cooking? I was probably around 12 years old with my mom. My mom did all the cooking. Dad did some grilling outside, but mom did all the cooking and the thing. And I kind of got hooked on cooking outside, to be honest with you. Like
cooking over. Grabbed you?
Yeah, cooking over a fire pit, man. I really enjoyed cooking over a fire pit. My grandfather, he cooked, he cooked in his house. And a lot of times, back in the older days, most of the women did the cooking. But he stood out to me because he was the cook in the house. Now, was he a good cook? My opinion, not so much, but he didn't season anything but salt and pepper. Canned green beans and a well done steak was a meal for him. Me, I'm more of a medium rare kind of guy now. So
yeah, like I was talking to someone the other day, like if you 10 years ago, like if I ordered a steak, it was like well done. Then it went to medium well, and now I'm to medium. So
yeah,
pretty
you work
soon
your
I'll
way
just
down.
be going to the grocery store, grabbing it out of the package, and eating it in the parking lot.
My wife only ate medium well steaks growing up and stuff like that. That was her. Now she eats medium rare, and she's like, everybody thinks it's blood, but it's not. It's flavor, man. That's what it is. It won't make you sick. It won't do nothing for you, man. It helps intensify the taste of the steak, and a lot of people, don't know that until they try it. Just gotta try it once in your life. Who knows? You might like it.
Like I said, I mean, I'm to medium. I'll probably be to medium rare.
You might. It's good, man. Now, I don't want mine blue. Some people like it blue where it's just rare and they sear it for a second. I can't do that.
I don't think
that's like being a vampire for me. But
medium, I think, is where I'm gonna be for a while.
Medium rare, in between medium rare and medium is my thing. I'm good either way.
I was talking to my buddy out in California, and he brought up when he was texting me last night. We were talking about some stuff. We were actually talking about loyalty and stuff, and he's just such a good dude. Turkey, turkey. Me and him was talking. And he was cooking some tri-tip on the grill, and I'd never had it. And you hadn't cooked it.
I never cooked it
until the professor's wedding.
Yes,
and that was a great cut of meat, and you did a fantastic job on it.
Thank you, man. I
appreciate Everybody was blown away by how good it was.
Well, I had to do some research, and then I did the old, smoke it and then sear it type thing. So I actually turned. I personally thought I overcooked it, but after I got to eating it, it was pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie.
When my man drove, what's Gatlinburg for us? It's 8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours. He loads up his smoker and drives it all the way up there just to cook a meal at our big cabin that we had for the professor's wedding. And it was, man.
We cooked a lot of stuff. We had a butt. We had the tri-tip sausage. Man,
it was a great time. That sausage was good. I forgot about you brought it up.
Oh yeah.
But man, I know he would want me to say this. For you to go out, bring the smoker up and cook everything, do a great job. Well, I know we all family, but
it's family, bro.
I
would do it for anybody.
Yeah, I was telling someone on the video yesterday. You see me bring someone on my channel, that's because they're big-hearted, great dudes, and you're one of them,
man.
But I know long-term goal is the food truck.
Yes. The only issue I got with the food truck is I don't know which way I'm going yet. I still got a little bit before I retire. Got a lot on my mind, and I like to cook a lot of everything. Yeah. I love cooking burgers, wings. Like I said, barbecue's big in my heart. I love doing like tacos type stuff.
Yeah.
Street tacos. So I'm kind of on the fence of doing like a unique food truck.
I'm glad you brought that up, because when I knew that we were going to go do the video and I wanted to do the sit down with you.
Yeah.
You're part of the Woo Crew. We go to Vegas every year. And I remember me and you was walking on the Vegas Strip, and I can tell you exactly where we were. We were in front of Paris, and we were talking about the food truck, and I kept on saying barbecue, 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 and that's when you stopped me and you said, man, I don't think I want to be pigeonholed to one thing. I want to do so much more.
Yes.
And a lot of times, I mean, because we were talking about like food trucks and all the ones we're going to go and put on the channel, Food with the Fellas, now that, our schedules are a little bit more aligned so we can go off and do things. But there's not really many food trucks that are rotating their menu.
No.
So I think it's a great idea, bro.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about rotating or doing something special, man. Like that. Like more I sit here and think about it, and the time I've been thinking about it, I like what happened to us today with the Brown Lantern. We went to the Brown Lantern, and when we talked about going to Brown Lantern, you had one item on your mind.
Sandwich.
The shrimp sandwich.
I had to put the shrimp sandwich on YouTube.
I'm kind of inspired by that. Like, it's in my mind of, that I would take that from them and put that on my food truck type thing. Now I'd put my own spin on it. Right. I would have to have my own, aioli on there or something, or some kind of cocktail or tartar sauce.
Yeah.
Little Cajun maybe. I'd put a spin on it, but I would want to bring something like all the restaurants we've been through or something like that is on my mind of picking one item from each place we go and then throwing it on the food truck.
Oh, that'd be nice.
There's a lot to it. And, with the problem you run into is taking certain foods and making, 3 or 4 meals out of that one item.
Yeah.
So, like, when you do let's say I did pulled pork, you can take pulled pork and stretch it a long way through different menus. You know what I mean? So you can go all the way from the tacos to the sandwiches to the nachos and fries.
Put a little bit in the baked beans.
A little bit in the baked beans. You can do it. You can do, you can carry stuff a long way. So with that being said, that menu might change a little bit here and there. I want to see, you got to see what sells and what don't. But I kind of want my items to sell. And I'm not going to put 20 items on a food truck. I want to be the guy that puts 5 to 7 good meals on there. Right. When you come there, you say you pick one, and it's going to be good regardless.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 days we went and did videos, and the one thing that you've done both times is you asked the waitress, what should I get?
What's your best meal?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to take. That's what I take to heart, because when you go ask a waitress that works there every day, and as she sat down and that waitress there told me, at least twice a week she gets a burger. That's her go-to. That's what I want to try, because that's what, she loves, and that's what she enjoys. And if that means something to her that she's going to eat it every day or every other day, that means it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like she said, the chicken wings were good, but she's not a big chicken person. She's a big beef person.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, she didn't steer you wrong from
that burger was good. I enjoyed the burger. I'm not going to lie. It was a good burger. I'd order it again from there. Now, it's hard to beat the shrimp sandwich. I'm not going to lie, because that's what they're known for. But that burger was a good burger.
So when you envision, 5 years down the road or whatever it may be, or if you never know what the good Lord's going to put in front of you. I mean, it could be a year from now if something went the right way for you. But
could have been a couple months ago.
Yeah. Having a food truck, would it be 7 days a week, 5 days a week?
Well, no. I think that I'm going to end up doing a little retirement with it. For me, us, not just me, us. Yeah. We love to travel.
Very much so. Very much so.
And I'm a traveling kind of guy. So with that being said, the food truck will probably be starting off 3 days a week. I'll probably do a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and move around a little bit. Maybe some festivals. Yeah. They might see me at some festivals, depending on how my items sell and how it goes. If they enjoy my food, then, because it's you're here or you're here. Yeah, there's no in the middle on a food truck or restaurant. There's no in the middle. If people love your food, they're gonna come back and visit you.
I will say this, because I'm all about. I want to see all my friends achieve their dreams. That's like my big thing. I want everybody to. So I'm excited to see the food truck, but I will say this: I'm so interested to see, because knowing you as long as I have, and having you cook multiple times everywhere we go, you're a perfectionist when it comes to it.
Almost. Yeah, I am.
So I'm interested to see when you get started, like how that's going to go, because it's hard to. It's going to be, because like you were talking about yesterday when we went and did one, when it becomes almost commercialized and you're having to pump out a lot of meals instead of just cooking it at home for the wife and the kids or whatever. How you're going to be able to, because I know you ain't going to want to put a plate out that food truck window if it ain't something that you're proud of.
Yeah, I ain't proud of it.
You'd be the one that would go and do it and be like, no, that ain't right. Throw it in the trash.
Yeah, exactly. Over. That's the problem.
So I'm definitely interested to see it. Hopefully by then, Food with the Fellas will have a huge audience.
Oh,
I'm gonna run lives from the food truck and just sit back and yeast you up.
Hey, if I overcook something, you're not getting a guarantee. And this is what I'm saying is, like, we went to Texas Roadhouse, and a lot of people go to Texas Roadhouse for a steak, and I like Texas Roadhouse's steaks. Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
and they're always it's for us. It's consistent. It's one of the best steaks, and I usually don't. And good price, and I normally don't get the best cut of meat. Yeah. I usually get the sirloin.
Me too.
So, and a lot of people, y'all know ribeyes and New York strips and porterhouses. We can get to all the steaks, Delmonico's, and we can keep going. Tomahawks. We talked about that earlier. Wagyus. We can keep talking. Aged, but you can go on and on with steaks. But I get, honestly, it's one of the lower end steaks that people will get it because it's cheaper. But Texas Roadhouse does a good job with it. And the other day I went there, and I've always, 9 out of 10 times, the steak's always medium rare. It's always good. This time it wasn't. It was medium well. Ooh. And for me, that's hard for me to eat. But you know what? I'm that type of guy that I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
But what kind of upset me a little bit is the cook come out and the waitress come out, asked me how the steak was when I cut it open, and they could see that I cut it open. They knew it was overcooked, and they said, "How is it?" And just left it. Me personally, if I would have seen that steak and you come to my food truck and I see that, I'm taking it back from you, cooking you another one.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that guy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you want the food the way you want your food, and you paid for it. You deserve it that way.
And I know how much, if someone's giving you their money, you want them to get their money's worth.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, especially, I mean, it's easy for us to sit here now because you ain't had to pump out. You know, if you had a food truck sitting right here, right where we're doing this video is at a park.
Yeah, middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like right now it's dead. But if let's say that they had a big festival or something going on down here, and all these tables were full, and your food truck's out there, and you're having a line, you got to pump it out quick.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, that's what I would want to see, because I know you're so big on quality.
Yeah.
When you're having to produce so much quantity, keeping that quality at it, and that'd be super interesting for me to watch.
Well, yeah, that's definitely going to be. That's definitely going to be a little different for me.
You're a foodie to the core.
Yes, 100%. Always, man. Like I said, I always enjoyed it. Like I said, I tried to go to college for it. I wanted to get on a cruise boat and be a chef on a cruise boat and travel the world and cook and learn, different foods from different places.
And that's, I mean, I know you do research on cooking stuff.
Yes.
Like the other night, I went to cook something, and I was like, man, I'm gonna really do this up. And then I started like get in there and get everything ready, and I was like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing right now. I have no clue.
See, I'm big on, even with the TikToks, we got the YouTube channel and the TikToks. TikTok for me right now is a big inspiration because there's these home cooks that are on there that's really, really good.
Yeah.
We talked about one of them on the way here.
Yeah.
And, seen her on a commercial. But like for me, man, that's like anybody. You can be anywhere and anybody. And if your food's right, your food's good, and people love you, you can move up move on up. And I'm inspired by a lot of them people on TikTok because I've tried many of their menus. Like it'll be something I don't even think I would like, and it'd be like a sloppy Joe pie or something, and you're like, I don't eat no sloppy Joes. But me being me, I'm like, I'm trying it. So I made it. It was actually not bad. So there's I'm gonna do it to the T too. And
it's cool with like, because I'm big on the social media.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't be on here, and you've seen me grow from social media. You knew me before I ever got on social media, none of that. So to see my growth, but you look at like Dano's seasoning. Like he started so much on TikTok and social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm not really an Instagram person, but all these ones, like once they start to see it, like there's a guy I watch, he does barbecue just in his backyard. But who knows, man? Bubu's barbecue sauce could be one of the best sellers 5 years.
Never know, man. I hope so.
Because I mean, you never know where you're going to find that one thing that just really takes off. And I know you're going to succeed whenever you do. Whenever you take that big step, bro, you're going to take it. And I don't want to keep you too long. I know you got things to do.
Yep.
Kids are playing tonight.
Yep, ball game tonight.
Softball.
We'll see what happens.
His daughters are the athletes of the whole county. So we got softball, soccer,
volleyball, weightlifting. I don't think it stops, man. No. I think like my life don't quit. I got travel ball, and so
amazing father, man. I'm proud of you.
I mean, I appreciate it.
And you got two great young ladies, his daughters.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have one more question for you before I let you go.
Okay.
First off, where can they find you on TikTok?
You can find me at Bubu Food with the Fellas on TikTok.
And then
BU.
That's right, BU. And then also check out the channel with Food with the Fellas here on YouTube.
Oh yes.
But here's my final question for you. You don't know it's coming.
Uh-oh.
But I think it's a good question. If you had to make one meal tonight to impress someone, what would you make?
Ooh. You know what? I would probably make. Man, that's a hard one, man. I like making everything. Let's see, one meal. You got me on point, boy. Well, I like cooking everything. I do a real good chicken and rice. Yeah, but I do smoked chicken in my rice. So, like I said, I'm a barbecue guy. So, I take a old, leg quarter, and I'll smoke it up. And for people who know, you can't overcook a leg quarter. You can cook it till the bone, till the meat falls off the bone. It's still juicy. So I would like to say that with a side of fresh rice in there, man. That's probably one of my favorite meals and the family's favorite meals, chicken and rice.
All right.
So
I love chicken and rice, so I ain't gonna argue with you.
Yeah. Well, I'd say my second one is probably the brisket, man. I know y'all enjoy the briskets I make. For me, I'm a little picky with it.
Yeah.
And every time I slice it and I say something, y'all were like, "Man, that's the best brisket I ever had." But for me, it's challenging. And anybody who knows that cooks a brisket, that's a long cook.
And it's an expensive piece
of meat. It's a very expensive meat. You don't want to
ruin it.
And like you said, I gotta have mine perfect. So for me, I'm nitpicky on myself more than anybody else is. And I appreciate y'all loving my food that I cook, but for me, it can always be better. So I think that's what helps me out.
The day that you made the brisket, you also made the sliced pork.
Oh,
and as quickly as you were slicing it, I was eating it. I'm pretty
sure.
Yeah, pretty much smacked me on my hand, bro. But it was so good. Like you knocked out part of it. I can't name.
I could tell you
anything that you've made that I didn't like.
I could tell you. I don't know if I made it for y'all yet, but I could tell you what my kids and my wife and my family's favorite thing is. I make a smoked mac and cheese that is to die for, and every holiday they beg me to smoke that mac and cheese. And it's made, it's made from scratch. It's not made from just Velveeta cheese put in there.
What all kind of cheese
I make the roux, man. There's 5 different cheeses in it. And I make the roux, the butter with the flour, the whole 9 yards, make the cheese sauce, pour it on top, seasoned up. And
they'll be glad I just ate.
So I'm just saying, right there, that is probably, if you ask anybody in the family, that's probably their favorite thing I make, other than green beans. So
next get together, you're doing sliced pork, brisket, smoked mac and cheese.
Y'all trying to put me to work,
man. I love you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming on the channel and us kind of telling everybody about food with the fellas. I know y'all are following me here on Hatter TV.
Come on, man.
Come see us there.
Come see us.
Tell him you want to see him cook some stuff up. Show you what he's got going on as we do the food reviews.
Actually, I'm kind of with you on that. I like to get some of their ideas of what should I throw on the smoker, and see how I would do it different from how they would do it. Maybe I get some tips from people out there that makes my food better. Hey, I'm one of them guys, man. If you say your stuff's better than mine, I'll try it and I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Why not? It's the only way to get better in this world.
So y'all shoot over to Food with the Fellas. Go to one of the videos. Tell Bubu what he should try. Turkey, I know you're going to get to see this. Tell him how to cook the tri-tip California style, bro. We appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. For everybody that goes over, supports us at Food with the Fellas, thank y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me here on Hatter TV. I will probably see you tomorrow or the next day with the golf video. But until the next food review.
It'll be soon.
See y'all next time.